My how the mighty have fallen. You know, some of us are old enough to remember growing up that if you chewed bubble gum in the classroom, you were subject to get paddled for discipline. You know, you would definitely used to shake and quake in your boots because you probably would, you was getting ready to have some type of disciplinary action upon you, or talking too much in the classroom, or you know stuff like that. And of course, one thing that was just almost virtually unheard of in our day coming up was, children in junior high pregnant. And even in high school, I think as I go back and I remember in high school, I think out of the whole 3 years that I was in high school, because when I was in school, high school, it was 10th and 11th and 12th grade. I think I'll remember only one student that was actually pregnant with a child. Now today it's a literal epidemic. And of course, when you look at our society, it's not hard to see the decline of it and what's taking place. I mean, after all, when you have people that is without law, and I'm not talking about man's law. See, that's the problem that we're having today. The problem that we're having today is that, we have no problem whatsoever at all submitting to what man has wrote down on the books and his law. As a matter of fact, we're more fearful of his law and breaking that law than we are the actual law of the creator of the universe. And it's sad. It literally is sad that we're more fearful of breaking the law. Call me back. It is sad that we're more fearful of breaking the law of man more than the commandments of the creator of the universe. I mean, we're in a bad condition, and we're in a very, very bad state. And I can, say with a clear conscience that we are not better as a society. We're definitely not better as a country. We're so bad off. It's unreal. It's so unreal. And, it's actually against my better judgment and conscience that I actually even have to read an article like this just to inform you the type of fall that would come. The scriptures teach, that whenever nations fall and kingdoms fall, people go away, they would do certain things that is just not morally nor ethically right. I mean, after all, we have some countries that they're just flat out pagans. That's all it is to it. And they worship a pantheon of gods. But hey, in some countries, do y'all know that eating aborted fetuses is a delicacy? They even claim that it lifts libido. I mean, can you believe that? And it's a remarkable how that the scriptures call a lot of things that man fall into, a lot of things that we do today, way before it even happens. I mean, way before it even happens. The scripture actually calls it. And so when you get a preacher up here telling you exactly what's going on, what's being said, because we function from an abstract viewpoint, because we function from a mindset that is void of the word, man is automatically going to default to doing that which is right in his own eyes. And of course, if we think it, we believe it, in this society, we think it's right. Listen to this. Ethicists, look at this, argue for after birth abortion. You got to be kidding me. It's already bad enough with killing babies in the womb. It's already bad enough that they've got laws on the book that you can, a baby can be born, or let's say he can come out and you can pull its little head out and you can stick a thing up in his head and then literally suck his brains while it's kicking and screaming and hollering. And because the baby has not come completely out of the birth canal, they do not consider that morally and ethically wrong. That's literally murder. That's what that is. It's just murder. And so, listen to this right here. Abortion is largely accepted even for reasons that do not have anything to do with the fetus's health, by showing that one or both fetuses and newborns do not have the same moral status as actual persons. 2, the fact that both are potential persons is morally irrelevant. And 3, abortion is not always in the best interest of actual people. The authors argue that what we call after birth abortion, let me translate for you, meaning that once a baby is born, you just kill it. Now they're calling it abortion, and they're going to legalize it, and they're going to say it's right. You know what? I'm a pastor, so therefore, and I'm a different pastor, and don't ever label me as a Christian pastor, because I'm not. Definitely not. I'm cut out of a total different mode. I'm an Israelite. So therefore I speak for y'all, and what I speak is totally different than the way your Christian leaders speak. I'm not trying to get nobody vote. I'm not trying to get your tithes and your offering. I could care less what you think what is right and wrong. I'm not here to lobby for people and a vast amount of people to try to say words that would not offend people, because I'm telling you flat out, I'm going to actually offend you, not because I'm not telling the truth. No, I'll offend you because I'm telling the truth, but because you don't want to hear it. And the conscience of man hates to be convicted. It hates anything that pushes against what it has already defined as morality and truth for itself. I don't care nothing about that. I guess that's the reason why that most of you people go to the church of your choice, and it's your choice. And that's the reason why you probably, full of sicknesses, diseases, on all type of psychotropic drugs, health is failing, the whole 9 yards, because, those churches are like the drive-through. You go there and you have it your way, but no, not where I pastor. You ain't going to have it your way. We all are going to submit to his way, and that's just the way it is. And if you don't like it, you can exercise your option to unsubscribe. You can exercise your option to go on down to the church of your choice. Live your life the way it is, but don't come over here crying to Pastor Dow when your health has failed. Don't come over here crying to Pastor Dow when all your options have ran out. See, because when you're youthful and you're in what you call full strength, it's remarkable how rebellious the mind is, because, hey, one day you're going to be old just if life plays out in itself. And you better hope that you have got, persuaded your mind in such a manner, and you lived in such a way that you'll be able to have others around you, surrounded you, that would actually help try to take care of you, provide for you, or to do whatever they can, because you have been a just man or woman. But you look at this society right here, it is unreal. That's the reason why people default to the world. The world is there ready to receive you open arms. Let me finish this article right here before I get to preaching. And look what it says. Killing a newborn should be permissible in all the cases where abortion is, including cases where the newborn is not disabled. So far, only a handful of blogs have picked up on it, just literally. This one includes the lengthier summary of the arguments, or the author's arguments, if you're interested. But predictably, the comments section for those posts are blown up. Earlier today, the editorials of the journal published a response in defense of their decision to publish the paper. The article has illicit personal abusive correspondence to the authors, threatening their lives and their personal safety. Now, wait a minute. If we live in a country that has freedom of speech, how is it that I'm free to talk about what I want to talk about? And, things that was morally and ethically wrong 30, 40, 50 years ago, who told us that that is the accepted behavior today? Besides that, again, I started off with the decline of our society and how we're quickly eroding and falling by the wayside. I mean, you have to understand, there are things that people partake in this society that is literally morally reprehensible. I mean, it is just literally off the chain. I speak against homosexuality because I know that the Most High did not create us that way. Because if there was homosexuals from the very beginning, then we would not be able to procreate and have all these people. I mean, it's just simple to me. I mean, I look down, I see that I got something different than what my wife has. And I actually can say, hey, you know what? We can make a connection there. And not only that, it can produce another human being from that. But you know what amazing is that today we got total different sin. We got people who got brand new ideas for everything. Now we got to the point where we can just literally kill babies. But you know what? It's freedom of speech censorship, so-called freedom of speech, as long as you talk in the way that the world talks. But it's amazing. You know, I don't never bother people who have different persuasions of mindsets. But it's amazing. If I come and speak something, say something, it is remarkable how that they come down on me. All of a sudden, I can't have freedom of speech, but they can have freedom of speech. You know, you look on this YouTube, you look at different outlets, whether it be news media or whatever it's called. Hey, people can get on here. They can spew out some of the most perverted language. They can show some of the most perverted videos that there is. Hey, YouTube never blocks them. Nobody never says nothing about them. Nobody does ever say nothing about it. But as soon as I get up here, start telling you what's right and what's wrong, after all, freedom of speech, right? All of a sudden, you get blocked, you get banned, you've got all these pending judgments up on you. Who the hell do you think you are? It's remarkable, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I pastor a church where we're not going to have no teenage pregnancies in this church, period. It ain't going to happen. Not in this assembly. You know why? Because we run a tight ship. We run a tight ship. This is not an environment conducive for sin. We're not trying to lobby for your vote. We're not trying to make your mind and your conscience feel good apart from the Most High. I think that's the problem today, too. Is that people, they really truly don't care about your soul, but they don't mind you being morally wrong. Now, first of all, we have to define what morality is, don't we? Don't we have to define what morality is? Most people ain't willing to do that, but hey, that's just the bottom line. We're going to define what morality is. I have a persuasion of what I believe morality is, and it just happened to come from the Bible. Now, I know that the majority of my enemies who are ignorant, who don't even know what's written in that book, they're going to comment to me according to their personal opinion. That's why it'll be definitely a big time unbalanced argument, because I believe that the book to be true. They don't believe it to be true. There's no need in even having a dialogue if we can't agree that the book and what it stands for is the truth. As long as you have your opinion, I have my opinion, there's nothing that we can connect together and walk in an agreement. It's just sad where we've fallen to. Now look at this right here. Let me see what else it says. The article has illicit personal abusive correspondence to the author threatening the lives of the personal safety. The journal has received a string of abusive emails in the decision, or for this decision to publish this article. The abuse is typically anonymous. The editor of the journal would like to defend its publication. The arguments presented, in fact, are largely not new and have been presented repeatedly in the academic literature of the public forum by the most eminent philosophers and bioethics in the world. See, that's another problem we got. We got so educated, we don't have no sense no more. You know, we base everything based on the way we've been trained, and we call that training education, that we literally done lost common sense. I mean, after all, common sense is so uncommon today. I mean, you look at our country, America. Just step back for a moment and look at our country. Look at these bootlicking liars that are up there that's supposed to be the representative, the 535, for the 360 plus million Americans in this country, and see if they represent your best interests. No, they don't. The rich is ruling over the poor. That's all it is to it. The rich these are some perverted, incestuous people. They believe in marrying their cousins, their daughters, first generation, second generation and stuff. They run around butt naked in woods and stuff, praying to owls and howling at the moon and carrying on, joining secret societies and stuff where God knows what they do behind closed doors. And then they come out in front of you and smile as if they got your best interest in. Boy, I tell you, we deserve exactly what we get. We really truly do. And I tell you, We're headed for, the only way that America can be purged is by nuclear holocaust. Because when you get something so perverted and so defiled, it's going to take fire. Fire is the purging instrument. It really truly is. To remove all the dross, all the mess out of the conscience and mind of people. Look, look what it says right here. It says that, let's go. The novel contribution of this paper is not an argument in favor of the infanticide or whatever it is. The paper repeats the arguments made famous by Tully the singer. Anyway, this is a bunch of junk. It's a bunch of hogwash. That's what it is, a bunch of swine. Because that's what Americans love, swine, don't they? Huh? Now we wonder why our conscience and mind is all ate up, because we love eating the things that are forbidden, and then we go to places that justify it, and then we wonder why come we can't think right at all. I'm sure I done stepped on many people's toes. I'm sure I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It's unbelievable, though. It literally, truly is unbelievable where we come from. Hey, I don't want our children growing up not knowing what a man or a woman is. I want them to know. I tell our little boys, you are a boy, soon you will be a man. You have certain responsibilities. And I tell all the girls, you are a little girl, soon you will be a woman, and you have certain responsibilities. And according to this book right here, these are responsibilities. You're going to find out that soon our nation is going to declare the Holy Bible as a terrorist document. And everyone who supports, everyone who follows that document right there are terrorists. You know why? Because we have terrorists making the laws and the rules. And that's the truth, and that is the truth straightway.